every single Sonic game, but it's only the ones that are important and that I give a about. Alright, we'll start with the 2D stuff. Sonic 1. I mean, it's the first Sonic game. It isn't really much you can say about it. You know, you had Mario doing his thing, then this blue nigga show up and he collecting rings, fighting this fat dude, killing these robots in outer fucking space. Like, he's just doing a bunch of shit. But it's a fun game. This was before the spin dash existed, so we didn't know how peak the shit was about to get. However, when it did come out, it was a cool little rival to Mario with a wacky fucking special stage. I'll give it like a C. Yeah. I like this one because it has a lot of stages that I wish got turned into like a 3D level, but Sega's allergic to new content and they just want to reuse the same 2 fucking levels all the time. But I thought it was really cool. He a little strange, but it's alright. I give him a pass. This is just our adopted child that we're gonna take to go fight this dude that's taking over the planet. That's all we're gonna do. Nothing wrong with that at all. I just wish that Sega would care about the classic games and try to turn those 2D levels into 3D. Like, imagine this shit, but like in a 3D space. So Sonic 2, I gotta give that a nice little A rank. It's easily one of the best 2D Sonic games they've ever made. Also, how the fuck is Eggman running that fast? Sonic CD. Fucking ass. I know people really like this shit. I don't personally. It's because it just felt weird. Like, the music's good. I like the aesthetic of the game more than like actually playing it. Outside of my eyes like hurting every time I'm trying to play the game, that could just be a me thing. I'll look up some settings for it. But CD really has a big problem where the game kind of feels a bit clunky, and I'll explain that a little bit. CD's whole gimmick is the past and future thing, but it feels like those goalposts are like just kind of out there, and you need speed to even trigger it. A lot of the levels in CD just kind of feel like a bunch of stuff is just going on. I don't know if that really makes sense. I'm trying to make the best sense. I don't really have the best explanations, but in CD, compared to like Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, where when you're going forward, you kind of jump on the enemies and you kill them, and you kind of are just trying to make your way towards the end. Then CD, it has you do a lot of stops. I feel like it's a lot of stopping involved, which doesn't really make sense to me because the whole point of Sonic is that he's supposed to go. To me, at least, it feels like he's supposed to go. We're supposed to kill some bad guys. If we're doing any form of exploration, it's most likely to find an alternative route to find a gold ring for a chaos emerald. But CD, it just feels like I'm trying to get these goalposts, and it's just really like, I don't know, it just feels difficult to really maneuver around. I think CD was a decent idea, but the execution just wasn't the best. To me, CD really felt more like it should have been a 3D game with how much they wanted you to stop and really question the past and the future gimmick. I just don't think it really worked the best in a 2D environment. But if they tried like an adventure sort of game, and that was kind of like the gimmick of it, I think it will work very well with proper level design. The special stage this time around,
that shit was ass.
Going from Sonic 1 and Sonic 2's special stages, now Sonic 1 didn't have the greatest special stage, but it was a lot better to understand and get the hang of than Sonic CD is. Sonic CD has like the worst special stage I've ever played in my goddamn life. It felt more so like a shitty Roblox Sonic fan game, if anything. I ain't gonna let this shit low-key like worse than a Sonic fan game on Roblox. Whoever made this need to get fired, bro. Sonic 1, it was a bit weird, but at some point you understand that you're just trying to break these little diamond square looking things to get to the middle and get the Chaos Emerald. Sonic 2, very simple. Get this amount of rings, you move left and you move right, and sometimes a little bit upside down, but that's really all that was about. What the fuck am I doing here? Like, imagine someone's first Sonic game is CD and then they see this for the special stage. It's really, really annoying. CD really shines in its soundtrack, and like I said, the aesthetic is more pleasing than actually fucking playing the goddamn thing. I feel like it was very mishandled and they should have spent more time with trying to figure out how this gimmick of past and present is going to work. So for me, it's like, imagine having eye strain, having to stop all the time, having to figure this out, figure that out, and then have to go on a shitty special stage. It just becomes a lot to me. I hope I'm not like the only person that had to deal with ice strain before in a Sonic game. And I don't know what's this one specifically. I've played all the other ones and had no problems, but CD just wants to make me go fucking blind. So, but you also got Metal Sonic, and he's always doing stuff. So maybe that's why I was fucking blind, because of this dumbass robot. The best thing about it is the music and the cutscene, and that's pretty much it. Everything else fucking sucks, and this game can go rot in hell. Now Sonic 3, my fucking baby right there. That's ooh, talk about fine dining and breathing, nigga. This the GOAT right here. I don't really know what was going on with the whole Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic 3 being like two separate games. But what I do know is you can combine them bitches and make a goddamn Trump Tower, and now you got the best game of all time. Sonic 3 gave us Angel Island, Marble Garden, Launch Base Zone, Ice Cap, and my personal favorite, Hydrocity Zone. Not Hydro City for you weird ass motherfuckers. Also, Carnival Night was really cool, but Sonic 3 was the first game that gave us the hypersonic transformation, so I really like it for that. It just sucks that they don't give a fuck about it. There's also a lot of music in this game that involve Michael Jackson apparently, and I really like those tracks. Sonic 3 is my personal favorite just because of like how much there is to do in the game, especially when you add on the Knuckles aspect. It's just a bunch of content. Who's gonna say no to more Sonic gameplay? And then you got blue spheres now. Yeah, Tails, you can't fucking sell me no more. You had blue spheres, which lets you eat the blue thing, dodge the red thing, and jump over the white and red thing. This shit is game 7 of the NBA Finals for every goddamn Sonic game. Nigga, the moment you die, you be ready to throw that fucking controller at the goddamn window. It's getting an A rank. Argue with your mama. I don't give a fuck. Sonic the Fighters. I've been seeing so many goddamn clips about this. Bruh. What is that? Dumbass motherfucker. Let me tell you something! Fuck! Damn! Oh, my head. Come here! What are you aiming at? Is this nigga serious? I got you! Sonic the Fighters was elite level ball knowledge, nigga. This shit was better than Tekken, Mortal Kombat, and any other fighting game your whack ass mama wouldn't play when you was up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Sonic the Fighters was really him. You could really piece up niggas in that fucking game. For it being an arcade game, that shit is too tough. This is coming from a nigga that's only played the goddamn demo in his whole life. I would come home after school, boot up that 360, and sit there and spam X and Y to watch niggas die for a fucking living. You couldn't tell 10-year-old me this wasn't the greatest game of all time. You can pass the sticks around to every nigga in that goddamn house, and I'm telling you, I'm whooping them. It's gonna look inappropriate as fucking that house when I'm fucking everybody. And they thought Mia Khalifa was getting back shots. Nah, they ain't see you in this game yet. This game was made for niggas that really want to settle beef in that house. If Smash Bros wasn't working, you definitely turning this shit on. These niggas really don't like you. They really don't. You won't ever see Sonic doing this shit no more. This nigga Sonic was jumping off the top rope, bro. You couldn't touch him. This nigga was prime Jeff Hardy. For that, I'm gonna get a shit an A, honestly. I think the shit goated as fuck, so it gotta get the A. Sonic Adventure. I'm gonna be honest, I never even beat the fucking game. The only problems I really had with the game was that I enjoyed the fact that I can run around in the hub world and do shit, but the reason I didn't really beat the whole game is because the niggas just generally got fucking confused. A lot of the times I didn't know where the fuck I was going, but that could just boil down to a skill issue, so that really depends on the player, I guess. The part about the hub world that I do like is that you get to run around and like explore the area and see what's kind of going on. You know, it's a Sonic Adventure game. I sure hope I'd be able to venture around the fucking area, but at least you got to see 9/11, and the game is promoting gambling habits, so at least they know something. The cutscenes weren't that good. A lot of the time, these niggas had big ass mouths for no goddamn reason. The momentum in the game felt kind of fucked up a bit. Like when I'm playing as Sonic, I just felt like there was times where I lost momentum in spots where I really shouldn't have been. And on top of that, I had to deal deal with a camera that already wasn't really good. So when you mesh the two, you got a big old plate of bullshit, and it's hard to maneuver in that fucking game. But when you can maneuver through it, that's what makes it a bit more fun. I don't think Sonic controlled the best that he has ever, but like I said, it's not a horrible game. From what I have played, it wasn't terrible, but there's a reason Adventure 2 exists. So because of that, I'll give it like a B, maybe a C. I think it was a very, very good step, especially just for 3D Sonic in general. I just hope that it doesn't decline from that point going forward. I would expect it to only get better from the first Sonic Adventure game, but there is a better one, which is Sonic Adventure 2. But them Big the Cat missions can kiss my ass. I played 2 Battle. Original 2 is pretty much the same thing. I don't know why people complain. Sonic Adventure 2 is better than 2 Battle. Nigga, it's DLC. What are we bitching for? Why? Because your cutscene was slightly changed for like 2 frames? You ain't looking at that shit anyway. You just hitting the skip button. I think 2 Battle is the best way to play this game. It was a bit of a bummer that the 360 version didn't get online play when it got released. I feel like that would have made it 10 times better to get it on Xbox than like the GameCube version, because they had already made you pay for the DLC, which was free on the GameCube. But at the most, you could like give a nigga some online, you know, at least like a custom room. You don't gotta give me nothing crazy. The Sonic and Shadow stages were so good that these niggas kept spamming them later on. Live and Learn just became the fucking anthem for every time you see the blue nigga. And Sonic's black now. I'm telling you, this is Snapcube's fucking baby. The amount of lines you could quote from this goddamn game because of that fan dub is ridiculous.
I peed on your wife, Robotnik. She's mine now. That's the
What
law.
the actual shit? What?
Are you getting this right now?
This looks really delicious. I feel like I could eat this.
Sonic, no, you're
do
joking. Whatever.
Whoa! Sonic! Talk about a low-budget flight.
I'm trying to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog's a bitch-ass motherfucker. He pissed on my fucking wife.
That blue hedgehog again of all places.
Hey, give that. That looks really scrumptious.
No.
I'll make you eat those words. What?
See ya, nerd.
He's faster than Sonic. He's faster than Sonic. What?
I can't believe you did this. This is all your fault.
I can't believe your tits are 1 polygon.
But I'm not here to glaze Snapcube. I'm here to talk about the video game. Level designs was good. The treasure hunts were fun. But the battle mode was low-key like the best part of the game. Especially when you had a real nigga that knew what they was doing. Playing that shit on the 360 to get the achievements was tough. You had the Child Garden, which you could send niggas to heaven or hell. Overall, it was really good. I think it was pretty... No, nigga. No. Fuck this dumb-ass map. This one right here can kiss my... If you enjoy this stage, I think you like getting the running gun missions with Tails and Eggman. They were like the worst part of the game, but they weren't terrible. But that game too goddamn tough. It was so good, these niggas know damn well they can't make a third one. Sonic Adventure 2 is a fucking A-rank. One of the greatest games of all time. It just sucks these niggas will never do it again.
Congratulations!
Sonic Heroes. I'm still playing this right now, and I've been having a shitty fucking time, but I still like the game. I think it's really fun. I think it's very different than everything else. You got 3 people with you. One specializes in flying, one is strong as shit, and then one is fast as shit. But the problem is, these niggas are fucking stupid. Apparently, Tails only specializes in bringing you money, and Knuckles just wants to have stupid ass conversations the whole time. Hell, no way you're the key to money. He's the key to money. I regret ever doubting you, young man.
When grinding, use the square button to accelerate.
Shut the fuck up, you dumbass fucking fuck. I don't want to hear that shit from you.
Keep your eyes on the rail, Sonic.
I'm gonna keep my foot up your ass, Knuckles, if you keep talking to me. But I think the concept of the game is really, really, really nice. It's very team oriented. It makes you think a little bit more instead of just holding forward and homing attacking every single enemy you see. It has specific sections where you have to fly. It has some where you have to punch. There's also alternative routes within levels that you can choose to do whatever the fuck you want. A lot of Sonic games don't offer that much variety in the levels, so I think it's nice to get more choices, which means that they had to put more time and effort into if you're going to change a route and go this way or that way. But I don't know who deadass locked in and did Team Road. Everybody was doing Team Sonic, Dark, and at the most chaotics if they was trying to be a little different. But I never did the Team Rose thing. I might be called a fake fan. I don't know. But I did the 3 and then that was it. I put the game down after that. But I love the final boss, Neo Metal Sonic. But it's a fun game. Only thing I don't like about it is the people that play it and start bitching and moaning. It's too hard. The physics did it. Your ass. You are dead ass just fucking trash at the game. That is a you problem. You looking at one of the greatest of all time. And I hope that remake them niggas was talking about coming out because I'm grinding them achievement and I need online play for that multiplayer. I will whoop some ass in that game. I'll give it an A. And if you don't like it, you suck. If you don't like the game, you fucking suck. Shadow the fucking Hedgehog. I don't think this game gets enough credit that it really should. I would love a fucking remake of this damn game. Like, I know Shadow Gens kind of acknowledged it with more so the music, not really the levels. That would have been tough as fuck. But of course you got All Hail Shadow, I Am All of Me. You know, the game got banger fucking soundtrack. I think it's at least the top 5 best soundtrack, especially because it's for one nigga that is not Sonic. Gameplay wise, it gave you a fucking Glock and like RPGs and shit and weird alien guns. It felt more so like a Sonic Heroes mod, but in a good way. The cutscenes were like the best you've ever seen from the whole series at that point. I think that's where most of the fucking budget went. But I really enjoyed Shadow the Hedgehog. It just felt like a Sonic Heroes DLC that gave me an AA-12 with a switch and more lore about Shadow, which was really nice because everybody loves the scene where Maria got fucking shot. I think the multiplayer mode was goofy as fuck too. Just having like a weird looking clone instead of like using an actual model in the game. You know, Sonic was right there. Everybody else was right there. And they was like, we're going to change the color of Shadow instead. Fuck you. They wanted you to make sure this was a Shadow the Hedgehog game. Only time you could use Sonic in this whole game is when you played like 2 levels, I think, and you had to like have your little cousin using them, and most of the time you were just going to leave that nigga off screen anyway, so it didn't even matter. Another cool thing about it was deciding if you wanted to be a goody goody 2 shoes or Satan's little disciple. Now, I haven't done every single route, but I've beat the game already and it definitely has replay value, whether you want to be a saint or you want to be God's precious little boy. I like that they keep in mind Shadow's like anti-hero-ness, if that's what you want to call it. They give you the option to be a piece of shit. I mean, the nigga got a gun. I don't see why you wouldn't. Very tempting to just shoot people all the time. But I enjoyed the levels. Just like with Heroes, it's very challenging because of the way it is versus like an adventure game or something. But that's what makes it more fun. The fact that it is different. It doesn't feel like Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. Now, of course, it could be better, I think. Same with Heroes in this game, because I'm pretty sure they share the exact same fucking engine. It's just a polishing thing. I think they could touch up the physics a bit, but if that's the reason niggas don't want to play the game, you just bitching for nothing. Shadow the Hedgehog, overall, I'll give that a B. That game is really fun. A remaster would be really nice, considering Shadow's popularity is through the fucking roof now. Or just making a brand new one. I prefer a brand new one if the right people are doing it. Shadow was also racist as fuck in this game. Sonic and the Secret Ring. Sonic and the Secret Rings is very interesting because it was one of the storybook games, starting with the weaker one. Secret Rings is very difficult. Not in a way of like the gameplay is, but the way it controlled was difficult. My biggest problem with Secret Rings is that it was very limited to the Wii remote and it didn't use anything else that it really could have. The nunchuck, a classic controller, a GameCube controller, It used nothing, which I felt like held the game back by a lot, because had they have done that like they did with Unleash, it would have gave you more comfortability as a player to enjoy the game. The gameplay was alright, but a big problem with it is that it took to the end of the game for it to feel better. In the beginning, Sonic is very slow. There's not really much going on. You gotta like tilt the Wii remote the whole time and just kind of press 2 and hope you're doing something right. But the only way for it to feel more fluid was by upgrading it, which is something you don't really get to do until the game's already over. So by the time you get to the end of the game and you have the levels and stuff, it's either you like it or you don't. And if you don't like it, it has no replay value. I think the story was fine. I think one of the things I liked the most about the storybook games was the way the cutscenes were. It felt like it was really telling a story in a book. And I thought that was very unique compared to all the other games cutscenes. But where I feel like this game is underrated is the damn party mode. Now this is worth drinking some beer and playing with the homies for. Secret Rings' little Mario Party ripoff is the most fun I've actually had playing this game. It's just a simple little party mode with mini games and stuff. I don't see why you wouldn't play it. I would spend more hours doing that than the normal game. But Secret Rings is not much to talk about due to limitations that it was a Wii exclusive and it just wasn't really that good of a Sonic game. Like, I felt like it was alright at best. It definitely could have been a lot better. But if you have friends, please play the party mode. I think it's worth something. Like with all Sonic games, of course, the soundtrack was great.
I am Sinbad of the Seven Seas, adventurer of adventurers. Who the are you?
So overall, I'll give Secret Rings like a C rank, but it's mainly because the party mode for me, I think it's just the most underrated part of the game. But without the party mode, the game's really a D. I'd say party mode C rank, and then the base game is a D rank. Now, the better storybook game, Sonic and the Black Knight. I really like this one because now they realize that they had to actually use an accessory that wasn't just a Wii remote to have fun. The best part about this game is taking that Wii remote and slashing till you can't no more for that quick time event. I would replay that King Arthur mission in the beginning just to do that over and over and over again. I don't understand why it was so fun. I guess because it was the first Sonic game that was interactive with motion, that wasn't trash, and I just had a really fun time with Black Knight. I think Black Knight is the most underappreciated game. The soundtrack was amazing, like all the games, but most notably, the song in this game that nobody talks about is the character selection menu for the 2-player battle. Check this out, bro. It is too good. I feel like this track is so underrated and nobody talks about it at all. But like with Secret Rings, it carries the trend of the whole storybook telling thing that I like. Now, unfortunately, I cannot glaze the multiplayer mode because I feel like it wasn't good at all. It really just felt like two people swinging a Wii remote for like 10 minutes and seeing who gets more damage on the other person. There was like no roaming around at all. You were like kind of trapped in a box for a stage and you just had to pray to God that you do any sort of damage, but it just wasn't really that fun to me. I don't know, maybe I didn't have the right people to play it with, but it wasn't good like at all. But this game does shine in the character department. I feel like having characters like Silver is really nice. Nowadays we don't get to see these characters in anything besides a cutscene in the background, so them being playable here is perfectly fine with me. Though I felt like Silver should have been in the story mode. I don't know why he was only an exclusive to the battle mode. The controls was a lot better considering the nunchuck like I mentioned, but it still has that aspect that Secret Rings has where the level is sort of like keeping you in this box. You can't really explore too much. You gotta like stay on this path of going forward all the time, and sometimes going backwards can be a bit difficult. But considering you don't have to upgrade much like you do in Secret Rings, it's a lot easier to pick up, start slashing around, understanding how the game is, and still enjoying it. I would easily give Black Knight a B rank. It's not the best Sonic game. It definitely still has problems, but I think it's still good enough to actually sit there and enjoy it and has some replay value if you want to go back and get better ranks or whatever you want to do. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's a bunch of games that I didn't get the chance to even really talk about, like some of my favorites being Unleashed, the Advanced series, and all that other stuff in between. There's also some games that I absolutely despise, and if you know me, you know a certain color for one is a part of that group. So Sega, make Black Knight 2, and my life is yours. Thank you, and good night.